Hi, Brad from wpsites.net. Let's take a look at creating your first blog post. Once you're familiar with the WordPress dashboard, you would have seen a tab called Posts. Under this Post tab, you'll find all posts where you can view all the posts that you've published. It'll include your drafts, ones which you've sent to trash. And this is where you can add a new post as well. You can also add categories and tags here as well, so we'll take a look at that a bit later on in the video. So as soon as you're logged into your WordPress dashboard, go to Posts, click on Add New, and here we are in the Add New Post screen. Now, the first thing you want to do when you add a new post is create a title, and make sure you create a title which reflects the content of the post, so it relates to everything you're going to put in your blog post. So with this title, we'll title it How to Create a Blog Post in WordPress, and we'll click on Save Draft. You want to make sure once you've added a bit of content in a new blog post that you always click Save Draft, and that way if anything happens to your to the internet, or your computer shuts down, your battery runs flat, you've always got a copy of it saved in the database. And if you go down below the Edit Post screen here, you'll see Revisions, and every time you save, you click Save Draft, a new post revision will be added to this list here, and you can always go into the post revisions and restore it. So that's quite handy if you're in an area where the internet's not too stable, or you've got a problem with your computer. You can see as soon as you add a post title to your post, there's a permalink is created for this specific post. Now this is a unique link to this specific post, and you can use this link to promote this post anywhere. So you can put this link on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you like, without being too spammy, and you can send traffic to this particular post and promote the content on this post. What you'll need to do before you publish the post, your first post, is to make sure the permalink structure here is set to something which is called pretty URLs. So if we go down here to settings, and then we go down to permalinks, you'll find there's a whole range of different what they call permalink structures. Now the default structure ends in p=123, which is not really descriptive of the title of that specific post. So go down to post name there and change that, and click on Save Changes, and do this before you add any pages or posts or any type of content to your site. And if you change this afterwards, you may find that the link to that specific post or page is broken. Okay, now like the dashboard, we have screen options available, and you can decide on what you want to show on screen in your Edit Post screen or your Add New Post screen. So there's a whole range of different modules here like you have in your dashboard, and there's a whole range of different features that you might want to use on a regular basis or that you don't want to use. Revisions is probably one thing you want to keep. If there's only one author, then you don't particularly need that. The slug, you don't need to do that. Discussion, that'll show up any comments that are made on this specific post will show up down the bottom there. That'll also show up in your dashboard as you saw before, and also on this comments admin screen here as well. So you probably don't need that on every Edit Post screen. Custom fields, that's a little bit advanced. We'll take a look at that down the track. Same with track backs, excerpt, you don't have to worry about too much. Featured image, so we'll just leave these four here. The type of format, categories, tags, and featured image, and we'll close that. So we've only really got 4 or 5 different modules here. So we've created the title. Now the next step is to add some content, and the first thing we'll add is some text. I'll just copy some and paste some in, but you can add some different text in here. Try to keep your paragraphs fairly short. You don't want huge big chunks of text. It's just too difficult for them to read. Generally people are fairly lazy when they read, and what they do is they pretty much just scan your post. So bullet points, numbered points are quite attractive. The use of subheadings is really important. Make sure the description of these subheadings here describes what this content's all about here, so it's relevant. And the subheadings here, make sure you mark them up. These are the different heading sizes you can use here on the left hand side, and this is what we call heading 3, or what's known in WordPress terminology as H3. So mark up these subheadings to H3 or H2. Never use H1 within the content, because that's going to be the size of your main post title there. So you can use H3 or H2. I personally use H3, but you might want to use H2. Creating bullet points is really easy. Basically, you can just put your cursor there, put the number 1 there, and type away. And you can do the same for an unordered list here as well. So you might just want an unordered list, a few bullet points there. So that's pretty straightforward. You've got a whole range of other different features in your editor here. This is what they call the show or hide the kitchen sink. And you click on this, and this will show all the features that the WordPress editor offers you. You've got a spell checker here, ABC, so you can easily spell check a paragraph or your entire content here. And this is available in multiple languages as well. There's no misspellings in there, which is good, because normally I'm pretty bad with English. If you make a mistake or something, or you want to go back, you can always use these little arrows here. Now here's more help here, and this will show you some information that you might want to read when you first get started. This is quite good information that WordPress supplies. If you're adding content from a Word document or Windows Live Writer, you can click on this icon and paste it in here, and this will remove any of the formatting in Microsoft Word or another program which isn't valid and doesn't work nicely with the WordPress editor. So this will avoid any formatting problems messing up your post down the track. So you can just paste it in there. You can change the different color too of your content, of your headings as well, by using that little feature there. You can underline your post headings if you like. I mean, that's pretty basic. So if you know how to use a Word document, I'm pretty sure you're going to find it pretty easy using the WordPress editor. So once you've created your content, added your content, you might want to add a few links. To add a link, you basically highlight the text that you want to add the link to, click on the link here, and just paste in the URL, the address to that link in there, put a description in, decide on whether you want the link to open in a new tab or the same tab, and just click insert, and that's turn that text, or what they call anchor text now, into a link. And the next step is you might want to add an image. So just place the cursor where you want to add the image. If you want to add the image to the left of the text, place it there. We'll go to the upload insert link. You can upload a new image if you like, and we'll go to, let's find a new image. I've got some I've got some sample images here. I'll take one of these of the beach. We'll upload this. Here's the title. Make sure you put a descriptive title of the image and put some alt text in here, because the search engines read the alt text. If the image doesn't display correctly for some reason, the alt text will be displayed. Now if you want to wrap the text around it and have the image to the left of the text, click left here, or click right, or if you want to center it, click there. The size of the image, you can change the different size. 847 width will be too wide, because by default the normal width area is around 660 pics, so we'll make this about 300 by 200. We can also use this as a featured image, which is a good idea. Always make sure you add a featured image to every post, an image which is descriptive of the content of that post, and that image will display on the archives page, which can be the blog page or the home page, wherever you've got the list of all your posts. So we'll insert that image, and that's displayed to the left of the text. It's also, the image has been included as a featured image, which is down here. You can easily remove and replace that if you like. So let's just save that draft. We're getting to the stage where we want to publish this post. So let's preview it first and make sure everything looks okay. And there's the image there. It's up the top. That looks okay. We could make that smaller. which we've done here. The reason it's up the top here is because it's the featured image, and that'll be shown on the blog page. You can remove the featured image if you don't like that, or you can make the featured image smaller. Now it's to the left of the text. It's probably a bit too big, so we should change that. The text here looks fine. It's in the uncategorized category. We want to make sure we allocate or assign this post to a specific category, and maybe add a post tag as well. So let's just close that, and we'll make some changes here. We'll click on this image, and we'll delete it. We'll go back, and that image has already been uploaded to the media library now. So we'll click on media library, and there it is there. So we can see that. We'll click on this, insert into posts. Now what we'll do is we'll actually use the old upload insert link. The beta media they're still playing around with that. Every time you add an image to a post, it will be attached to that specific post or page, and you can also add a gallery if you like. Let's just click on the gallery and change the size. We found 300 by 200 was too big, so we'll go down to 150 by 150. Now these sizes here, WordPress automatically creates an image to these different sizes, which are determined in your settings, and we'll have a look at them in a minute. So you'll upload one specific image, and this will be the full size or the original size of the image. WordPress will also create a thumbnail, a medium, and a large size of that image. So you'll have 4 different sizes for that image. So let's insert this image as a thumbnail, 150 by 150 to the left of the text, and there it is there. Doesn't look too bad. Maybe we should add some more text in here just to make it look a little bit better. So we'll add that in. So it looks a bit better now. We'll save the draft, and I'll just show you the media settings which determine those different image sizes. We go to the media here. We'll leave that page, and here's the different sizes. The max size, I normally set it about 600, because the max area size for the content area of a postal page is normally between 600 to 660 pics. Doesn't matter too much about the height. So this is a good variety of different sizes, 150 by 150, 300 by 300, and 600. You could make that 600 if you like. I normally leave it blank. Save those changes. We'll go back to posts, and we'll just put in another image so we can take a look at that, and we'll put it down the end here. Upload insert image. Let's go to the desktop. We'll get a new one here. We'll upload this. Make sure you add the alt text. Normally it's the same as the title, but you can change that as long as it's related. We'll put this in the center, and these are new image sizes I've created. 600 width is perfect. So I'll insert that in there, save the draft, and let's just preview it before we publish it. And there, it looks pretty good. So you can play around with the media and the image sizes. It's really easy to use in WordPress. Before we publish it, we'll go down to categories. We want to make sure this is assigned to a category. So make sure you create between 8 to 12 different categories. So you can, and categories are a bit like the table of contents in a book. So don't create too many categories. Make sure you don't create more than 8 to 12. You can add tags in here. You can add in as many tags as you like, and that'll group highly related content together. So if you're creating a series of posts where the content's very, very similar and it's all related, you can group it together using a tag and call it whatever you like. I mean, as an example, just call it same. We'll put this in, we'll add a new category here. We'll call this new post category. This is a post on how to create new posts. So it'll be assigned to the new post category, and it'll also be tagged with same. Okay. Now what we can do is, this is the status of this is actually a draft. It'll be available to the public once it's published, and we're going to publish it immediately. So we'll publish that, and this is published in our first blog post. Now you could also always go back and change the status from published to pending review or draft. and then click OK. The visibility, you can actually make this a password protected post, so only people with a password can access the post, or you can make it totally private so only administrators who have login access can view it. We're going to keep it public. You can make it a sticky post so it'll always display at the top of your blog post page or the top of the home page, depending on where you're displaying all your blog posts. So we'll make this a sticky post. Click OK for that. Published. OK. We could schedule this post in. You could send out your posts at the same time, same day, same channel, whatever you like. At any time in the future, you could create 5, 10, 15, 20 posts, and you could send them out over a weekly, monthly period. So WordPress is really flexible with all that sort of stuff. So let's just update that now. And what else have we got here? I think we've pretty much covered everything. Let's just view the post, make sure it looks alright. And here it is here. Here's our featured image. Here's a thumbnail of that featured image, and when you click on that, that'll expand out to a larger size. Here's all the post content, the text with our links in there. Here's another image we've added. It's been assigned to the new post category, and it's tagged with the same. So these are the tag archives. We've only got one in there at the moment, and this will be the category archives. So all posts that you've assigned to this category, which in this case is the category is called new post, will be listed here on this page. So you've got different category and post archives. So that's pretty much it, folks. We'll take a look at creating categories and tags. I just showed you briefly how to add them there. You can use, now that they've been created, you can use them on other posts, but I'll show you how to use this in more detail down the track. Thanks for watching, and next time we'll take a look at how to edit an existing post and make changes to it. Cheers.